Hello everybody, in today's video we are going to have the following topic. When evil attacks, how can we react properly when things from a negative perspective happens in our life, bad things happen in our lives? How can we confront the evil that sometimes arrives, strikes us, shakes our existence? It's a reality that in the world that we are living, we all face many obstacles, many tests, and it could be diseases, it could be loss of property, loss of love, monetary, economic problems, health issues, problems in marriage, many calamities that perhaps could not only affect an individual physically, but also emotionally, spiritually, and the person feels an emptiness that sometimes is the lack of meaning, purpose in their existence. Therefore, many people, sadly, even decide to take their lives because they find no purpose in living anymore. No longer there is any desire for improvement, for finding what is the real essence of why are we in this world. Many people are trying, they try very hard sometimes, but even though a lot of people give up, and when evil attacks, when a disease, when something bad happens, then people start blaming either themselves, but usually in most of the cases they blame God. Why me, God? Why are you punishing me? Why do you punish me? Why my family? Why my wife? Why this? Is your fault. God, why are you doing this to me? And there's two ways to see this. Because, for example, imagine someone who the doctor says that, okay, you have a very bad disease, you have cancer. An individual could reply to this in two ways. There are people who would say, oh God, why me? Why do I have to suffer this? I'm going to die. And then there are other people who could, on the contrary, they might give an answer like, sure, why not me? Now, someone who replies like this, why not me, has more chances of surviving than the other person who starts complaining. And there are many stories of people with cancer, who are cancer survivors, this is just an example, who have taken this in a positive way, say, okay, this is how God is testing me, how life is testing me. I will do everything in my power to cure myself. And through a mental process, through living in a different lifestyle, meaning diet, exercise, positive thinking, etc., a lot of people are able to heal themselves. Or in this case, I will say that God gave them another chance. Sadly, many people die also. But even when someone dies, what some people see, death as an evil, in reality, how do we know that the person who died have not really achieved the purpose of their existence, have fulfilled their test? Who am I to say that just because someone died, oh, he or she died young? How do I know if this person, this soul who came into this world, did not fulfill her or his purpose already? We cannot measure meaning by the amount of years that a person lives. A lot of people live 70, 80 years and the whole life they have done anything. Neither have improved their lives, neither their character, neither nothing. It's like they haven't even lived. A lot of people just die young, 30, 32, 33, and they have achieved many things. And they are great examples. Comes to my mind now, Alexander the Great, when he was 32, 33 that he died, he had conquered almost the whole known world. The only individual in all history who conquered most of the world by himself when he was alive. Because many other empires were, they conquered big or vast expansions of land, but they were not by one individual, but many people in different years. But one person achieved many things, and like that there are many examples. Therefore, the purpose of meaning of life shouldn't be measured by the amount of years. And death, in this case, cannot be considered as like the consummation of evilness, because death is simply the return back to God. Therefore, God himself have established this system, if we can call it like this, of returning. And here's the key to really face evil when attacks in our life. I just explained it, now we'll hint at it. What is the answer? Is in having a clear perspective, a change of perspective. Instead of replying to evil, we have to learn from the bad things that happen in our life. We have to see that the bad things that come to us are like a test for us to learn, to fix things, to correct things. And if for some people, like I said, a disease could be the end of the world. They crush them. I mean, they feel that the whole life is destroyed and they cannot recover from this, etc. For other people, a bad disease could be the motivation or the source to push someone towards God, towards the divinity, getting this person closer to God, closer to prayer. And we have this in the Holy Scriptures, in the Quran, we have it that God is saying that He could send this kind of bad or evil into people's life as a test to bring the person closer to Him. And therefore, two things. When evil attacks, we need to change our perspective. And second, we need to learn from it, because that's how we grow in life. There must be a raise of consciousness, which is the result of knowledge. And we acquire knowledge by experience, and experience sometimes comes in a bad way. There are two ways of growing in life. There are two paths. One is the path of love, easy things, meaning you are always trying to do, let's say that you live a life of righteousness, then you raise your level of consciousness. But in reality, the majority of people learn by the other way, which is the we can call it the road of evil or the road of bad things. When bad things happen to a person, then you learn, and then you will know what you shouldn't do, and then you go into the right path. And it's another way to correct an individual, and then you learn not to do it again. Therefore, this must be the clear perception when bad things happen into our life. Remember, life is a test. It's an illusion to think that we are in this world to live forever. It's a reality that momentarily is not going to be possible, but in the future we will be able to do it. Perhaps that's why in our hearts is this desire to live eternally. Even scientifically has been proven that one day it will be possible to live eternally. From a religious point of view, we know that already, but scientifically it's been proven, has been proven. Many people don't know this, but it is has been explained by scientists already. Therefore, remember that at the end, bad or good, how we divide things in a reality is all the result of the first, we can call it the first sin, the sin of the tree. Remember when our first fathers ate from the tree that they shouldn't, and good and evil got mixed inside ourselves, and now it's hard to distinguish good from bad. But in a higher level, good and bad are fusion in such a way that they both disappear. We are the ones who make concepts of what is bad or what is good, but always behind all good there is some bad hidden, and from what we think is bad there's good hidden. When sometimes, I always bring this example, when sometimes a person loses a job, they might see it as a bad thing, but perhaps they might get a better job now. Or sometimes situations in life push us, let's say, in a direction which perhaps could hurt us, but could be a way to make us stronger, a way to awaken us, a way to get closer to God, to the divinity. Therefore, it's important to have a change in perspective, and also to learn from obstacles. Because yeah, it's true, the devil, bad things, yeah, they're outside, they're out there doing their job, but basically they are out there and they're fulfilling even their purpose. Because even the bad things that they, or the bad things that happen in the world, in the universe, are there. As I said, do not see the obstacle as the end, but as a way to overcome it and to come and bring out of you what is the best that you have inside. And it's also like a ways of training to achieve the meaning of life, the meaning of your existence. And I think this is important. Also, when we face adversities and obstacles, even though perhaps some people might try to hurt us and to say bad things to us, to demoralize us, to bring us down, we cannot fall into this kind of game. Do not reply bad for bad. Do not give, someone does something bad to you, no, I will do the same. No, that's like a foolish way of thinking, because you are going and descending in your level, spiritual level, your high level of consciousness. You're going down into the level of the other person, and you're following get into their game. And also, when bad things happen into your life, this shouldn't bring you down in your level of consciousness, in your spirituality, to the level that you are not going to be able to recover, or you always stay in that lower level of consciousness. On the contrary, when bad things attack or hit you, then this should be a motivation to keep moving forward, to getting closer to God, to improving your life. It should be a way to catapult you into higher levels of consciousness, and not to bring you down and staying at this kind of lower level, like for longer periods of time, because then it will crush your life, it will make you miserable, you will feel empty, and you will go into what we call an existential crisis, depression, and other things. Never allow that the bad things that perhaps an individual tries to project on you will bring you down to their level and fall into their games. And no, always move forward with dignity. Raise your head and walk with dignity, like someone that you don't have time to really worry about the gossip of others, the bad things that they say about you. Move forward. Let them swallow their own poison and walk with dignity. Someone who is a believer and assuming and being sure that God, or if you don't, I don't know if you believe in God or not, but for a believer, we believe that God will take care of things. You shouldn't take vengeance, but God will fix things. And the point is clear. Always move forward. That's my advice. Thank you so much for your attention as always. And God willing, we'll continue with more in the next video, with more topics about history, psychology, religion, philosophy, and more. Thank you so much.